Okay, now this is how do you see this connection and or relationship of yours. Now this would be for this person, whomever it is that's on your mind, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, a lover, secret lover, crush, whomever this is. You know, how do you see that connection with them? How do you see that relationship with them? You have the Empress, the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, a chance in the wind, and then you've got new love. And at the bottom it says, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So you have recently had a very swift change in mind. You very quickly changed your mind, what you desired, what you wanted. In the past, you were the Empress. You were trying to create something. You were trying to build something with someone. Now, you know, because the third chakra, that's all about creation, creating something. It's not the sacral chakra. It's not the sexual, the relation, the romantic, the reproductive. It is that actual, your willpower, your power to create something. It can be business, can be career, but you were wanting to create something with someone. They're saying you wanted to create an empire with someone. And you were putting a lot of work into that relationship. You were really working hard to make this, to build this, to have something take root with this person. There was romance involved with it. It was, so for all of you, it was a relationship, but for a large number of you, there was this financial component to it. You know, sometimes, you know, people get together, they'll get married, and they'll start a business. But you were trying, and for some of you, you were trying for many years. It could be 10, 20, 30 plus years. You were trying for a very long time to create this. But in the recent past, since November, December, you have had a complete about face. You have completely changed your mind about this person. You no longer desire them. You no longer want them. You see the wind is like taking off these zebra stripes so you can see what the truth is to it. You finally have seen the truth to the matter. You have finally seen, I don't want this at all. You no longer wish to build anything with them. You don't want anything. You don't even want loving with them. You no longer want that. You now desire new love. And some of you are actually already in hot pursuit of that new love. Okay, we're going to come back to that. But you're ready. You're ready, you're ready, you're ready. You want this new love. You're all about it. You're finished with the old. And that is something to really give yourself a pat on the back about, Capricorn. Because I know it was just last month that you started to come out of this. So you've made quite a bit of progress. Okay. Now, with regards to the outcome you desire this month, you have Strength, Woman holding a coin, Observer, and then you have Engagement. This is reversed. I'm going to hold it so you can see the graphics real quick. At the bottom it says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So you are totally focused on money right now. You are concerned about money. You really are concerned about finances, monetary things. You're totally focused on that right now. You're also setting your intentions as to what it is that you wish to manifest, what it is that you want to create. But the thing is, like, you don't want this relationship. You don't want this person anymore, but they are still lingering in the background. They're still there. Like, you see, you're sitting on this egg. You're focused on creating this new beginning, this new start. But behind you, and you're focused in the direction of your money, in the direction of your finances. You're trying to stay strong. You're taking care of you, taking care of business. But meanwhile, you have this relationship, this monkey on your back that you don't want. You don't want it. But you haven't concluded it. You haven't finalized it. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want it. The engagement, you know, that doesn't mean it any real, sometimes it does mean engagement, but it can be taking things to the next level. You don't want to take things to any new level. You actually want to degrade. You want to have things end. You want things to be totally over. You have the heart, the lily, and the coffin. Now, the interesting thing is with the coffin, when you're reading these, whatever is to the feet, side, that is what's done, what's over, what is finished. And then whatever is up by the head, that is what will be transformed. That is what's going to be new. So again, it's saying the same thing, that you had this love, this relationship that there was a repeated cycle of trying to renew it, trying to make it work, trying to make it start back over, maybe this time. But you're done with that. You're finished with that cycle. They're pointing out the circle. You're running circles. So for many, so I'm not going to say many. For some of you, it may only be a few of you. The thing that, if you look at these lilies, they'll look like lady bits, lady body parts. For some of you, it may only be one or two of you, this was like a friends with benefits kind of thing. Yes, there was love, there was caring for each other. Maybe in the very beginning it did start as a relationship. Maybe you were committed to each other. Maybe you were married. Then maybe you had an open relationship. But at some point it became an open relationship where you were with other people, but you would still hook up with each other. There was this repeated cycle of sexual, there's like a codependency element to it. But you're done with that. You're over with that. And that's not all of you. The others of you, you were really truly trying to make a relationship work with the person. It wasn't just sex. But there is a couple of you, a handful, where it was a sexual thing. But you're done with that. You don't want that. You're over that. Why haven't you finalized it though? Okay. So you have labyrinth, garden, and the compass. Yes, it's not over because you have not communicated that it's over. It's over in your mind. They're saying it's also over in their mind. There's just the two of you haven't actually communicated that with each other. You haven't, like at this point, you could even just pick up the phone. You don't even have to physically meet with each other because you're both over it. Like you're even looking for new love already. Some of you, there is a small number of you that have actually found the one that you will be with. So this baggage that's just hanging on, it's literally just a very quick conversation. It's not even going to leave you brokenhearted. They're saying you're looking forward to it. You don't want that anymore. You really just want to, it's kind of like when you get gum stuck at the bottom of your shoe and it won't come off and you got to scrape your shoe and you're finally get it off and you're like, praise God. That was stuck for such a long time. You're ready to shake it loose. You're ready to scrape it off. You're ready to be done. But you haven't totally done that because you've had so many trials and errors so many times. You know, they were saying before it's cyclical. It's over and over. It's like repeated. You've gone through these repeated cycles, going in nowhere but circles over and over and over to constantly hit dead ends. Over and over and over with each other, while trying to head in the direction of your true north, your true destiny. You've kept trying to start with this person that was not the one that was meant for you. For some of you, because it was also comfort, you do have the community element with the garden, but it was comfortable. But now you're heading in the path of your true destiny, the path that you're meant to go on, where you're going to find the person you're destined to be with. You no longer want anything to do with them. But it really is just a conversation. They're saying some of you are like dreading having the conversation. And again, they're saying it is, because some of you don't even live near each other. So it is something you really can just have on the phone. It can be a phone conversation. It's not like it's going to leave you brokenhearted. It's not going to leave them brokenhearted. There's not going to be big tears. The concern that they're saying you have is that there's going to be like an argument. But they're saying it's not going to be that difficult of a conversation because you both really truly do want the same thing. So now, as far as where they are with regards to love, they have the moon, cornucopia, and then they have calling in your soulmate. It's reversed upright. It says at the bottom, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. But it is reversed. So this moon card, they have had some difficulty distinguishing the difference between what is reality and what is fantasy. They've had difficulty knowing, okay, what is true, what is not true. Kind of like the zebra, kind of like you. What's the truth? What do you really want? What is this really? They've had difficulty discerning that. They've had difficulty discerning, okay, who is my soulmate? Who is the person that's meant for me? And who's not meant for me? They have been trying to find love. They've been seeking love. They've been looking for it in all the wrong places. They've been trying to find a love that fulfills them completely, that fulfills all their wishes and their desires. But they were looking in the wrong places with the wrong person. They were looking at it just that what came up for you, the compass. That's about, being on your true destined path. They were looking toward you, and you weren't their true destined path. Just as you've come to the realization that they're not yours. Some of them, they were also looking for all the wrong reasons. And that would be for those of you that this was just something that gave you sexual gratification. It didn't fulfill all their wishes. It didn't make all their hopes, dreams, and such come true, but it was a good night. You all had a lot of fun, but that's all it was. So they have come to that realization that they too need to get on their true path, their correct path, that they need to seek their true soulmate. They are not with that person yet, however. You guys are like some other sign. There was another sign that was worried about someone already having someone else in the picture. You're kind of like that, Capricorn. You don't want them. But you're like, I'll be darned if somebody else is going to already have them. You need to let me cast them off to the side first. But they're not with the other person yet. And some of you are actually with your destined person. Some of you just recently met your person. Literally, like within the past couple months. Okay, so, and you're seeing them. You are involved with them, which is good. Those of you that were in hot pursuit, man, success in days. Okay, now how they see this connection with this relationship with you. You have the Ace of Swords, happy family, building blocks, finances, and career. And at the bottom, finances, career, it says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So they too, like you, have had this complete about face, this complete change. They see the truth now. They have clarity. They know what they want. They know what they desire. They are now clearly seeing that they no longer want this alternative lifestyle. So for those of you that it was just a, kind of an open relationship and just, you scratch mine, I'll scratch yours, and we'll just have a little bit of fun and we'll just keep that as our thing. They no longer want that. And for those of you that it wasn't just a little side dish of something where it was back and forth, they've come to the realization, but that's not it. That's not right. That was only, taking care of one of their desires. It wasn't fulfilling the rest of their desires. So they, like you, they've come to the realization that this isn't right for me. They have now decided that they want to settle down. They want to build upon a solid foundation with someone. Just like you, they're wanting someone new. They desire that with someone else. And right now, they're also similarly to you, they're focused on their money, they're focused on their career, their finances. They are trying to get things in alignment. They're trying to get things ready to have this new beginning, this new start with someone else. Now, as far as the outcome that they desire with you in February, you have 5 of Swords, the World, to be fair, and trust. And at the bottom of trust, it says the situation is calling you to have faith. So they have learned an extremely valuable lesson, a huge, huge life lesson. They no longer, because this is typically this tarot card, it will show them wrapping up from battle and leaving, but it's like, who really won. They no longer wish to inflict pain on those that they've conquered. They are now at this point where they are respecting themselves, they're respecting their wishes. They're respecting the things that they desire. Like in the past, they've not really taken action on their desires. Like they were seeing, okay, yeah, this doesn't really work for me, but they weren't doing anything about it. But now they are. Now they are moving into this new path. They do have the world in front of them. It's all dark and uncertain. They're not really sure how it's going to work out, but they are taking that leap of faith because they do have a tiny bit of faith that it's going to work out okay. And this month in February, they are going to be venturing onto the new path. You're finally going to be free of this. They are being divinely guided to a relationship. If you look at this card, there is this owl sitting up here, and then there's this fortune cookie, and then there's this little egg. So they are being divinely guided into this new relationship that will be balanced. It will be mutually beneficial. It will be a balanced relationship between the two of them. Because things in the relationship with the two of you were not balanced. They were totally out of balance. So they're like you, moving in a new direction. They're seeking a relationship that's going to be balanced. They're seeking a relationship where they're going to be able to give birth to something new, and they're seeking a relationship that is divinely orchestrated, that is divinely ordained, that is there meant to be, that is meant for them. Because they have come to the realization this is not, in fact, meant for them. Just like you have. And in February, that's when it's officially going to be done. Yeah, they're saying this month. Yay, Cappies! Look at you being set free. That's funny. Yeah, wait till you see the one card. Because your card says the same thing. Okay, so these are what, the angels are recommending for you this month. Now, you have owl spirit, and at the bottom it says, you see clearly now. Because you do. You've had this aha, this epiphany. You're like, nope, I'm going in the opposite direction. You have hawk spirit. At the bottom it says, let spirit be your guide. You are being divinely guided. God is taking you towards something new, something blessed, something that is just for you. Then you have whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. So you, like them, are just uncertain. You're not really sure where things are going, but you know what? You're like, I don't care. I'm still going. The angels are encouraging you to trust them. Let them guide you. Let them help you. They've got this. You don't have to worry, because a lot of you do have some serious concerns about money, but they're saying you don't have to worry about money. And you are now finally going to be free, because some of you were actually questioning, is this really ever going to be over? Like, am I going to be saddled with them forever? Or am I really going to be able to finally move on? I mean, those little intimate moments of ours, they were good, but they weren't that good. They aren't good enough to be stuck in this misery. No, I'm ready to move on. You've been ready, and you're going to be set free this month. This month, Cappies, have a party. Do some celebrating. And then you have instinct, and on the back it says, be sharp, swift, and decisive. Trust your gut reactions. So really you don't have that much homework. You don't really have any homework, Cappies. You're on the right path now. You're heading in the right direction now. Continue to trust. Continue to trust the guidance that they're giving you. Because you are seeing clearly now, and you are now headed in the right direction. That will bring you the happiness and things that you desire. And some of you are getting a really good new job too, by the way. I mean, we're not going to go into details about that today. But this money concern that you have, this new job that you have that's coming in this month is going to help resolve those concerns for you. Okay. So here we go. This is your outcome for February 2019. You have the Five of Pentacles, the door to spirit, angel of love, truth be told, and you have honeymoon in reverse. Upright at the bottom it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So at this point, you have finally come to the point. So in the past, you were not wanting to let them go because it could put you in financial strain. But you have finally come to this point where you're no longer concerned about any financial woes, worries, any financial strain that this breakup is going to cause you. You don't care about it anymore. You're not worried about it. You know that God's got you. You know that God is taking you into this new direction. You now have seen the truth. You now know that you are wanting to go in this direction. And they're saying, in truth be told, you're actually excited to go in this new direction. You're really looking forward to it. In February, you'll joyfully be heading to a new path that's going to bring you joyous celebrations, they're saying. Well, you got a lot of happy coming your way. But you're excited. You're looking forward to it. You're looking forward to this new path. You're looking forward to this new love, which many of you are already in. You've met the one. Now, there are some of you that have not yet, but you will. But because this is finally over, and it will be finally over for you in February, all it is a conversation. They're saying, but because it is over, so when the relationship is, beyond its expiration date, and you're just dreading having that final conversation to be like, oh, fine, it's done, it's over. You notice there's no tears, there's no heartbreak, there's no sadness, there's no sorrow. So having this come to the culmination, the official closure, the official completion, the final conversation to finalize it, no, we're really done. Dunzo, we're never trying this again. We're not going in these circles anymore, ever again. And we're not doing booty calls anymore either. I can take care of business myself. Or I'll go find somebody else who can take care of business for me. We're good. Dunzo. That conversation is not going to be difficult for you at all. It's going to be easy. And there's also not going to be an argument because they feel the same way. Some of you are fearing an argument, but there's not going to be. It's going to be an adult-like conversation. You're going to be like, okay, I'm ready to just completely call this quits. We know it's done. We know it's over. It's just we need to finalize this so we can both move on, clear paths, no more lingering. And they're going to say, yeah, I totally agree. It's going to be an easy conversation. There's no heartbreak. Nothing. In February, Capricorn, you're moving forward fearlessly. No money worries. You're going to be sharing and communicating the truth with each other so that you're both totally set free. Completely set free. Okay. You want me to grab one of the decks real quick. And you do have a lot of divine guidance that's leading this thing. So what deck are they wanting? Okay. Oh, I'll stack them all over here. Okay, this one. So they want you to see 4 cards. Yeah, 4 cards. Okay. So in this deck, you have Treasure Island. So you have, yes, this is about treasure and people, but this is also discovery. So you have recently come to this discovery, this internal discovery, that this isn't the relationship for you. It's not the one you want. It's not the treasure. It's not yours. It's not your thing. It's not for you. Oh my gosh, it's not for you. That's hilarious. They're not for you. They're not the one. Actually, it's interesting. Let's see if you can see that without a glare. Can you see that? So the card is titled Not For You. And if you look at this chessboard, there's a fortune cookie. And the fortune cookie says, nope, nope, because they're not for you. But you already know that. And it's interesting that they said they wanted the 4 cards off the bottom because the next card is Orphaned. Now, typically you would think this card, Orphan, means, oh, you're oh so sad. But that's not the case for you. What this is saying is that, yes, you are orphaned. Yes, you're going to be alone. But it's not a negative thing. It's actually because you've come to the realization you don't have the same beliefs, you don't have the same values, you don't have the same desires. So God is helping you. Because again, this is all divinely orchestrated. This entire thing is orchestrated by God. The whole thing. So God says, you know what? This isn't it. We're taking you in a new direction. And you're actually excited about it. Because this next card is poised. Look at that. She's not sad. She's not glum. She's not sorrow. She's not heartbroken. Look at that. Her arms are thrown up like, praise God. Oh, hallelujah. She's jumping with joy.